little spring in their step last night, so excited to get back going. These first 8 weeks or so of the season have flown by, so I know these next 5 will be the same, and looking forward to each and every one of them. This is a great group of young men that we get to be with every day, and I was just telling our coaches yesterday, man, it just, you only get so much time with these guys, and appreciate the opportunity that we have and how they've competed all year. This senior group, just a lot of fun to be with each and every day, and looking forward to a strong finish. That's what we're focused on, and starting with a huge challenge this week in Tallahassee. This is a good football team. Obviously, the Florida State's Florida State. They're as talented as anybody in the country. They're a top 15 team, and obviously playing at home, and a place that we have not won in a long time. So it's a good challenge for us, and we're going to have to play well to have a chance to win down there. That's for sure. But they're just Florida State. I mean, it really never changes when you watch the tape on these guys. Incredibly athletic, speed all over the field, playmakers everywhere. Offensively, they've got a young quarterback that's getting better every single rep. And the one thing I'll say about them offensively is they've stayed patient all year, even when they've gotten down. They've not panicked. They've stayed within their plan, and they've always come back. The Louisville game was that thing kind of got away early, and it was over. But whether it was Ole Miss or North Carolina or whoever, they've just continued to play, and they're a run the ball first type of a team. Create a lot of challenges with their play action game. They're a great screen team. A lot of boots, a lot of bunch sets, a lot of things that create some issues for you from a leverage standpoint, and being able to match up with their receivers, and with all the crossers and heavy play action, so max protection, cross country type of routes. They do a great job. Schematically, really do a good job. And the quarterback, like I said, has gotten more and more comfortable as the season has gone on. Very good player, big arm, can make all the throws. And he's also dangerous with his legs. Does a great job scrambling for him. They will run him with some design quarterback run stuff. So, a young player that's just, blossoming and going to continue to get better. They got 4 out of their 5 starters back in the offensive line that we played against last year. So, know all about them. Their receivers are, it doesn't matter what year it is. They always have great skill, always have great receivers. 15, 3, and 8 are, they're just the 3 next guys. I mean, they just are really good players, played against us last year. And, 8 can absolutely fly. He's a weapon in the return game as well for them. Same thing with 3. So just a really good all-around team. But, number 4 is special. I mean, he is just one of those guys, as I said last year, he just – sometimes you play teams and there's a guy that you hold your breath when he touches it, and that's kind of how he is. I mean, and they do a great job. They use him a lot like we used to use Spiller. I mean, they're not going to come out of the ball game without number 4 touching it a bunch. They're going to hand it to him. They're going to screen it to him. They're going to flare it to him. They're going to angle it to him. They're going to play action it to him. They're going to do a lot of different things to get him the football. They'll throw it back to him. So he is a guy that when he touches it, he can make a big play at any time. And then he breaks a lot of tackles. He's obviously a fast, dynamic player and does a great job in the passing game, but he's a strong runner. And, to me, one of his greatest strengths is his ability to not only break tackles, but his vision. He finds it. He can smell it. They run those stretches and those tosses, and he gets everybody running, and then he'll stick a foot in the ground, and he's out the back door. So your cut back, discipline, in playing those guys on the backside, doing their job and not overrunning things is critical when you play these guys. But just a really good, talented group offensively. And, again, I think 4 is as good a player as there is in the country, without a doubt. And then defensively, I think, starts with their D-line. They're as good as we played up front. Their 2 D tackles are special. Really, really great football players inside. Very difficult to move, run the football against them. 44 he's kind of their Ben Boulware, if you will. I mean, he is the heart of their defense. Tremendous football player, guy we recruited, great energy, and a very dynamic guy. Does a great job. And in third downs, they'll move him inside, and he is a matchup problem inside with his quickness and his ability to play with great strength. So second level backers, are all 235. They can all run. Just all 4 and 5 star guys. They're talented. Number 4, McFadden, leads the nation in interceptions. I know they've had a couple of safeties that had been hurt for them, but the last couple of weeks they've been playing some other guys and getting those guys settled in. So, again, talented football team, good kicker, good punter, good returners, and just typical Florida State. So a lot of respect for them. Look forward to going down there and competing against one of the best teams in the country. And and with that, I'm going to take questions. One thing I would say, that I just want to congratulate our women's soccer team. Coach Eddie got the girls playing great. I think they're undefeated at home, and they play Duke Thursday. And I think that's for the ACC regular season championship. So really proud of our women's soccer team, proud of what our men's team's doing. I think they're top 10 as well. It's really a great time of year, to be honest with you. We got a lot going on. We got basketball starting up. I think Coach Brad last week had a chance to some of you guys go out there and play some bad golf, I'm sure. But got basketball season coming on board. Excited about the new Coliseum, and it's just a great time of year with football going on. Pro football's in full speed. We got the Cubs tonight. It doesn't get any better than that. Go Cubbies. John Lester on the mound. His wife is a Clemson grad, just so you know. And so looking forward to all that's coming our way starting this week and the rest of the year. Lot of fun.
Dabo, Dave Doran on his TV show seemed to indicate that knocking Gallman out was among their list of accomplishments. What have you seen that, and what are your?
No, I don't spend a lot of time watching coaches' shows. I have not seen it, heard about it. I actually talked to Dave. He actually called me yesterday. We had a good talk about that, and we move on. We're getting ready for Florida State.
Coach, your last trip to Tallahassee kind of felt like that NC State game. A lot of mistakes and turnovers. Felt like you should have won easily. Do you revisit that at all with the team the last trip down there?
Not really. I mean, they know. I mean, they know that you talk about. Whenever you've played an opponent, you'll kind of revisit some of the things that you did good, things that you did bad. But these guys, I mean, our juniors and seniors have only been there one time, and that was that game. And so we don't have many guys that played in that game. We have very few guys on this team that played in that game. We only got 22 total seniors and juniors as it is. So some of those freshmen probably didn't even play in 2014, but. They know that we certainly had we had plenty of opportunities to win the game. We I think we had 500 and something yards of offense, but we turned it over. We had bad snaps. I remember we had a 2nd and 24, and McKenzie's up there playing like it's 3rd and 1, and trips, and they throw about a 76-yard touchdown on us. I mean, with about 6 minutes to play to tie it up. They were just, but they give them credit. They made the plays in the critical situations, and we didn't. We had chances to win it and didn't do it. You got to win the game, I mean, you got to win it, and we didn't do it when we had those opportunities. But our freshmen and sophomores, which is what most of our team, it's a very young football team. A lot of people don't think that because we got some really good, savvy leaders and experienced guys. But there's very few of those guys. I mean, the majority of our team are freshmen and sophomores. That sophomore class is huge, and none of those guys have played there. So it's a new experience for all them guys. They don't know. All they know is what it takes to win, and that's what we focus on, regardless of where we play, whether we're playing at home, whether we're playing on the road. Our guys know what it takes to win, and that doesn't change from week to week.
I guess Hunter was getting a CAT scan on his wrist. Is he going to have to wear a brace? Or a cast?
I don't think so. I think he's going to be all right. But I think they were doing that yesterday or this morning, and but I have not heard back from Danny on that. But I think he's good. He was fine last week too, or 2 weeks ago.
Dabo, when was the last time Deshaun Watson did something in a game or in practice that surprised you, that made you say, wow, I didn't think he could do that?
That surprised me? I don't know. Nothing really. I mean, he's just nothing really he does surprises me. He just makes me proud. I mean, just like the pick six that he had. That's his first pick six ever, by the way. Not just at Clemson, high school, middle school. Because I was just messing with him. I said, man, that's your first pick six, isn't it? He goes, yeah, ever. And he goes, like ever in his whole life. And he wasn't real happy about that. But what did he do? He comes back and he sets a career record. He had 14 straight completions after that pick six. And that's pretty impressive. But that doesn't surprise me. I mean, it's just another one of those things that just kind of, but the play of the year to me for Deshaun Watson, if I'm a scout and I'm watching Deshaun Watson, first of all, he's playing. Our offense is better than we were last year, despite what y'all write. Last year y'all telling us how great we were, and this year we're averaging more yards. We got same amount of touchdowns now. I think we're one less touchdown, but more touchdown passes, less interceptions. We're averaging more yards per play, better on third down. We're doing a lot of good things offensively. We just, first couple games had a bunch of drops, and then we missed on some touchdown catches as well. But the one play that I would say about Deshaun Watson, all right, if you go back and when Mike Williams fumbled the ball, he fumbled the ball on the 4-yard line or whatever, and first of all, not just Deshaun, but our entire offense. If you want to know what this team's made of, you want to know what this team's all about, just watch that play. Just watch that play. Watch Jordan Leggett come from backside. I mean, he can't run any faster. Watch Ray. Watch our Travion. But watch Deshaun Watson. Watch Deshaun Watson. You want to know you don't want to know why we win? You want to know why we're successful? Just watch that play. Mitch Hyatt got hit in the back, by the way, on that play. That's another subject. But watch Deshaun Watson. Watch this kid, and watch him go and just create a dog pile. Just throw his body right into two guys and take them out and create a dog pile so Leggett could make that tackle. That's why we win. That's why we win. Because we have a group of guys that are completely sold out. We're not perfect. They're not robots. They're not human. I mean, they're not, androids or some kind of thing that you program. They're just humans. They're just people. And sometimes make mistakes and things like that, but it's all about how you respond to those things. Like I said, he throws a pick six, comes back to 14 straight completions. The fumble, but watch that play. If I'm picking, that's the play. That's the play because Deshaun's got all that other stuff. He got all that stuff, but that right there, you can't coach that. That comes from inside, and it's pretty special, to be a part of it and watch these guys and the effort. Just watch them offensive linemen that have zero chance to catch that guy, and watch them run. Watch them. I mean, it's just awesome. To me, that's one of the best plays we've had all year. And it was a negative play, but one of the best plays we've had all year. Because, again, that's the epitome of what our team's all about, and that's what Deshaun's about. So, long way to answer your question. Really hadn't really done anything to surprise me. Just makes me proud. Man, his leadership is incredible. This is the best he's ever been from a leadership standpoint. Obviously, his football IQ is at an all-time high since he's been here as well.
How much practice did Wayne Gallman get yesterday, and what do you think his chances are of playing Saturday?
He's going to play great. He practiced the whole practice. Didn't miss a rep.
Dabo, what are your fondest memories off the field and on the field with Christian Wilkins?
Christian Wilkins. Well, I'd have to rank that fake punt in the Orange Bowl. That'd be up there high. The look in his face when we called it. He gave me that look. I said, "That's right. Let's go, big boy. It's that time." And oh man, and probably when he committed to Clemson, because you get to know these guys, but you don't really, you know them better once they get here, and you really around them every day. And he's got a big sense of humor. He's a practical jokester, he just, because he called me to tell me that he was going to make his decision. I think it was December, and he had let his 3 schools know that he was going to be making his decision, and we didn't know. I didn't know. Nobody knew. And usually, usually. Very few times that I didn't know, but I didn't know. So I didn't really have a good feeling, even though he had just been great in the whole recruiting process. And he calls me up at the house, and he starts giving me the I love you, but speech. It's like, like you breaking up with your girlfriend, or the girlfriend's breaking up with you, and it's like, you're just great, but the but's coming. And he gave me this long talk about, just wanted to thank me for recruiting him, and guy, he just loved Clemson, and every time he came to Clemson, he just loved it, and he just appreciated how we treated him and his family, and he just went on and on and on about all this great stuff about Clemson, and then here comes the but, and the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm going, such a classy kid, and I'm just, I'm ready, I'm prepared to say, well, listen, I enjoyed recruiting you, and man, you're just a class act, and I wish you nothing but the best. That's kind of what I already got in my mind, because of where he's going in this thing. And I'm sitting there listening to him, waiting for the but. And then finally, here comes the but, but that's why I'm committing to Clemson. And I went, what? It just completely caught me off guard. And but that's just typical Christian. Like he called me Friday, because he was flying out to see his girlfriend out in Colorado, and he calls me he was letting me know his flight plans, and he just said, Coach, I've made a decision that I think Livy and I are going to elope, and I'm going to step away from football for a while. We're going on a mission trip somewhere to whatever, and wish you what, he's so goofy like that. He's just always, doing stuff like that. So I got a lot of great memories. He's fun at practice every day, brings a great energy, and, he really thinks he can do anything. He really does. And, heck, I'm not sure that he can't.
So Wayne has passed concussion protocol, and he'll practice in pads and everything?
Yeah, he practiced yesterday. He'll be in pads today.
Coach, with all the losses.
Big news. Wayne Gallman's going to play Saturday at 8:22 p.m.
He was a bit ambiguous about whether he had a concussion. Has there been any sort of disconnect about what he told the trainers? Or?
No. There was no disconnect at all. He just, like I said, he really responded well. They have a protocol that you go through, and he's going to practice in pads today. He's going to do all the team stuff. We're not going to put him in inside drill today. We'll put him back in inside drill tomorrow, but he'll do everything else, and he's ready to go.
Has the protocol changed in the last couple of years?
No, I mean it's changed in that it's to the nth degree. As far as the side of caution, it's all changed in all levels of football, which is a good thing.
Both Wayne and Hunter in the last couple of weeks, they mentioned how Hunter said I felt a little numb, shouldn't have told the trainers that, and then Wayne talking yesterday. That's
not good. I think you should always communicate that. I think Hunter was just he was just he was fine. He felt like he could have come back and played that game. He practiced all last week. He didn't miss any practice last week. But they have a protocol, and they do a great job with all that stuff. I just always sit around and say, tell me who can play. I don't get involved in any of that. But Wayne was really great and responsive the next day, that afternoon, the next day, and all last week. But he's gone through the whole protocol, and he's ready to go.
Do you find the players are more hesitant to report any kind of injuries, concussions?
I don't. No, I think it's just the opposite. I think the trainers and the doctors and the coaches, are more cautious now. The game's safer than it's ever been. It's never been safer. And, because people are just, you're more aware of things, you have more knowledge about stuff, and you know the signs to look for. And if there's any question at all, you're out. I mean, it's just the way it is. But I have not noticed that. I think the players have a much better understanding, and it's not seen like, back when I was playing. I mean, if you complained about something, you were perceived as soft or not tough or whatever. And that culture has changed drastically, without a doubt.
Did you think that